What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So today we have a little fun video on tap, as I saw a tweet yesterday that I thought would be a lot of fun to do a video on, and that is Trae Young apparently being enamored by the idea of being paired with Victor Wembanyama, or at least Trae Young and his camp are. And I don't know how real the tweet is or how true it is, but Trae Young and Wembanyama sounds a lot of fun. I won't lie. Now, of course, we know Pascal Siakam almost got traded to the Pacers last night. I thought about doing another video on it, but I did do a Siakam Pacers rebuild. So I'm going to wait until that ever becomes official, if it does. So if you guys know about, what happened with Shams tweeted last night about Siakam to the Pacers, like the Pacers were really in deep talks with the Raptors. So we'll see if it happens today. Maybe you won't even see this video, but whatever. So we're going to come on here today for fun because I don't actually see this happening in real life. We're going to be doing a Trae Young San Antonio Spurs rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. Of course, we are talking trade season, talking everything trade deadline coming up, and once trades happen, we'll be doing videos on them. But here is the trade we have. So obviously, I don't actually expect this to ever happen in real life. I really don't. I think Trae Young is going to be a Hawk after the deadline. I'd be quite surprised if he was traded. And I'm not saying this is like the best package in the world, but it does somewhat make sense for the Hawks and the Spurs to make another trade with each other, because as we know, the Spurs hold a lot of the Hawks' future picks. So maybe if they wanted to go ahead and dangle Trae Young to get some of their picks back, they could do that. Now, is that what you want to accomplish by trading your franchise player? I don't know. But here's a trade. It's not that special. I'm not sitting here saying this is the best value for Trae Young. I could see him going for a lot more. But this video is simply for entertainment purposes today. I simply want to pair Trae Young with Victor Wembanyama. So we're going to go ahead and make that trade happen. I don't even have to use the override. The Hawks just straight up accepted it. So Trae Young with Victor Wembanyama sounds a lot of fun. I'm intrigued. I'm not gonna lie. So obviously the Spurs need a point guard. Trae Young fits that mold very well. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very fun about this, or feeling very good about this rebuild. So Trae Young, Devin Vassell, Julian Champagnie, Jeremy Sohan, Victor Wembanyama, Trey Jones, Vontae Graham, Osman, and Blake Wesley. Obviously this team needs a lot more work. It really does. We are not done by any means. We definitely need a new small forward. We need a lot of things. But this team ain't very good anyway at this moment. Once we get in the offseason, we can start fixing things we need to. But Trae Young and Wembanyama, it's going to be a ton of fun. I can't wait. Let's go ahead, with the rest of year number one, and I'll see you guys at the end of year one. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props app that's available on mobile or desktop. The way Prize Picks works, you choose between 2 to 6 players, 2 players being 3 times your entry, all the way up to 6 players being 25 times your entry. So if you think Anthony Edwards tonight is going over 20.5 points, you simply click more on the projection. He is facing the Pistons. If you think Jarrett Allen's going over 16.5, you click more on the projection, and that is basically how it works. It's a ton of fun. It gives you an extra sweat while you watch basketball. I've been using Prize Picks since 2021. Absolutely love it. Like I said, if you want to start with Prize Picks, use code Crushables, match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. And the way I use Prize Picks is using DGF's optimizer and correlation tool. So here's how the optimizer works. As you guys can see right now on Prize Picks, Wembanyama, who we're talking about today, is listed at over 29.5 points and rebounds. Look at what every single sports book lists on that, 30.5. So the discrepancy here is Victor Wembanyama. You would never be able to see this unless you had a tool like DGF's optimizer. And then the other thing I liked about DGF's tools is the correlation tool. Correlation is a huge edge in DFS sports. Obviously, football is a huge, heavily correlated sport. They also have hockey on here. They have CSGO on here as well at times. But for instance, if there's a price, so obviously if Brock Purdy and Jordan Love are throwing for the completions, and more than likely their receivers are benefiting off of it with their yards. That's how correlation works. And I actually had a decent day on a different app yesterday. This came straight from DGF's correlation tool. Was hockey. I know little to nothing about hockey, but I just go ahead and put every slip in the tool recommends, unless if I already have exposure to that game, of course. But yeah, so this one, and then I also had one from the optimizer tool. Better ran like a discount or happy hour, and I got the rest of these straight off the optimizer, and I just put it in, and boom, it worked out. So if you want to check out DGF or Prize Picks, both linked down in the description below. Let's get back to the rebuild. Obviously, year number one does not go very well whatsoever, but we know Victor Wembanyama is a beast. He wins Defensive Player and Rookie of the Year. Absolutely amazing. Here's your All-NBA teams, and I think Trae Young is on there if I saw him. Yeah, All-NBA second team, so that's nice. But here were your end of the season stats. We have a lot of work we need to get done, but we have 25 points from Trae Young, 18 from Wembanyama, 15 from Vassell, 12 from Zach Collins. Let's go ahead and some of these playoffs, and let's see who comes out here and wins a championship, as we are going to have the Cavs and the Heat. Got the Heat and the Suns, two very hot teams, no pun intended there. We got the Miami Heat going on to beat the Suns in 6 in the NBA Finals, which, by the way, man, what a comeback by the Suns last night. Sacramento, man, I don't know what happened. I turned off the game. I was like, man, this game's over. And last night was the first Thunder game I've watched all year, by the way. I can't watch Thunder games on League Pass. I'm blacked out, so I never get to watch Thunder games. They were on TNT last night. Ton of fun, although Paul George went off on them. I won't lie, but you know, it's still a lot of fun. Regardless, draft lottery time. Obviously, we're looking to get a very good pick here. We are projected #1 overall, so if we could stick at #1, that's awesome. I doubt we do, though. We get #2. I'll take it. #2 overall pick. We get to add another solid player here. So we could add Alex Sarr next to Wemby. Like, we have a lot of good options here if he falls, of course. Collier, of course, would be a great option, but now that we have Trae Young, I probably won't go that route anymore. Greg Popovich retired on us. Is that what I'm seeing here? Man, that sucks. Obviously, obviously, yeah, he did retire. Well, obviously, he's not going to retire in real life. It's whatever. Michael Stauffer has similar stats to what Greg Popovich would have had. So let's just pretend Michael Stauffer is Greg Popovich, right? Can I actually import something on? I don't think I can, actually. Team style. I don't think I can do anything, but let's just pretend this is Greg Popovich still. That's why we got Michael Stauffer. Okay. Let's fill the rest of this out, and then I will see you guys on draft night with who we are taking at #1 or #2 overall. We don't have #1. So obviously for me, the biggest need is probably a new small forward, shooting guard, whatever we need to do. That's kind of the direction we need to go in. I wouldn't mind taking a big man either. Like there's definitely we'll see who falls to us. Let's just see who falls. So #1's gonna go Alex Sarr. I would have taken him. I'm gonna be honest with you. If Sarr fell on my lap, I would have taken him. But he goes 1. So #2 overall, we can take Nikola Toppin, who or Topic. I was corrected by a couple people in the last video. Is Nikola Topic. We just got him in the last video. We have Buzelis as well. I mean, we could get really tall here by adding a 6'11 forward here. I don't get to draft him that often, so kind of tempted to take Montez Buzelis here. I know we could take, obviously, also his name is escaping me. I don't know why. It's Ron Holland. That's who it is. We could take Ron Holland as well. And then we just took Topic. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take Buzelis. I don't take Buzelis all that often, so we'll take him at #2. And we'll be pretty solid about that. And then we might have an extra pick. No, it's in the second round. Okay. I thought we had an extra first. We have Xavier Booker here. I'll take him. So that will be our draft. Michigan State forward. Alex Sarr goes 1. We get Montez Buzelis at #2. We have Castle, Walter, Isaiah, Ron Holland, all those guys going. And Nikola Topic would have been awesome to pick, but feel solid about having Buzelis and Booker. Player options, we got Jeremy Sowell, Wesley, accepting both of those. Qualifying offers, we're going to go ahead and not worry about any of these guys. And then free agency. Do we have any crazy bird rights free agents? No, we do not. Okay, and we have no money to sign someone. Interesting. Okay, so we got Trae Young, Trae Jones, Devontae Graham. So I'm cool with this point guard rotation. I'm actually feeling good about that. Blake Wesley, Ned Vassell. I don't know how confident I am in Blake Wesley going up in overall, but if he is, I wouldn't mind him being the backup 2 next year. Champaign City, Sissoko. I know I'm probably butchering that last name. Montez Buzelis, I want him to start. And then Jeremy Sowell, Booker. And then obviously we have Victor Wembanyama, Zach Collins, and Charles. So we actually have a pretty solid team. I don't really feel like I need to do too much. I just simply want to probably sign a new backup wing player. That's probably where I'm at with this. So probably new power forward. So let's go do that. And then we should just be able to run it back. So Derek Jones Jr. or even get like Trendon Watford to contract or Najee Marshall. Let's go ahead and get Trendon Watford. Trendon Watford, former Portland Trailblazers legend. So we'll go ahead and take him. And that will be our offseason. Not very exciting, but I'm pretty confident in Vassell. Maybe even Wesley going up. Wembanyama is going to go up, of course. So Trae Young does go down, which is a little disappointing. But so on is up to an 80. Vassell 83. Wembanyama up to a 91. Wesley did go up to 75. So that's good to see at the very least. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and see how this team's going to look going into next season. I'm not in any rush to make this team as good as possible. Obviously, we have the ability to stop the deadline if we need to, if we feel so pleased to do so, which I possibly will do. We'll go ahead and see what happens, though. So let's go straight to loading this 2025 draft class, and we are going to be very happy with the rotation going into this season. So Patrick's going to land us 26th overall, so not very high on us at the moment. 3-star pace and space. I want to be better than that, so we're actually going to go to a 7 seconds, and we'll see how that goes. And then we'll hopefully see Montez Buzelis maybe take a stride in development this year. Obviously, we took him as a rookie. and we want him to be very good right away if possible. But we got Trae Young, Vassell, Montez Buzelis, Jeremy Sohan, Wembanyama, Zach Collins, Trendon Watford, Trey Jones, and Charles and Blake Wesley. We don't really need to run an 11-man rotation. That's pretty unnecessary. We'll go 9-man rotation, and then I think we can kick Charles out for Blake Wesley, and then we should be good. So we'll go ahead and run this season the way things are right here. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to look at some shot tendencies as well. So obviously Trae Young, Wembanyama, that's great. And then Buzelis is 74. So yeah, it all looks really good. So I'm going to just go ahead, see you guys here at the deadline or at the end of year 2. I'm in no rush to be good, but obviously it'd be amazing if we could be really good this year, or just a play-in team at the very least. That'd be awesome. So at the end of year 2, I thought things would maybe go our way to where we are a play-in team, but not quite yet. Defensive player goes to Wembanyama once again, and Trae Young wins clutch play of the year, but we're not there quite yet. But one thing we might be able to do this offseason, I'm not 100% sure, is we might have cap space. We might have cap space to sign a big free agent to form a big 3 here with Trae Young and Wembanyama. Obviously, Wembanyama is still going to be his rookie contract. Vassell is getting paid a lot of money, and so is Trae Young. But outside of that, Zach Collins is the only other one making like a bunch of money on this team, and then we could find ways to free up even more money. So I should have tried to get rid of Zach Collins at the deadline to like for sure free up money, but him being expiring this offseason, I think we can get off of him still. But let's go ahead and see who wins the championship really quick. Obviously, we're still going to be entering the lottery as well, so we might get a good pick. Maybe we can just draft Cooper Flag, and that's why we draft, or that's how we get our big 3 as the Thunder going to win a championship. So there's still a lot to be determined here, but I'm feeling pretty solid about how year 2 went. Like, we almost were a play-in team, but not quite. So we had the 6th overall pick. Obviously, I would love to get lucky here and jump up to 1, but let's see if that is going to be the results. We dropped to 7, so Thunder via the Clippers are getting number 1. Shout out to the Thunder. They're going to add Cooper Flag to the equation. So more than likely, we're not winning a championship in this video, but we got Chicago's pick at 26. That's intriguing. So there's definitely some things I have an idea popping in my head on what I want to do already. So staff signing, Michael Stauffer is still here. We're going to offer a perimeter defensive coach and a big man coach. And then I have an idea, because I think my goal here is to try to sign a free agent. I really do. I think, obviously, pretending we still have Greg Popovich here, I think there is at least one player out there that wouldn't mind joining Wembanyama and Trae Young to form a big 3. If we have enough money, that is. So obviously, first and foremost, let's go ahead and start with trading Trendon Watford out. Watford might be fine. We'll wait on him. I'm going to trade Zach Collins out. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to send Zach Collins with pick number 26, and let's see if this gets us moved up in the draft potentially. And then we can be, so like 28 and Bogdan. That's not really what I'm trying to accomplish here. So the first team that immediately thought of was Boston. I don't think they're going to have cap space to just, take on. The Thunder, if the Thunder wanted more draft picks and they give us future picks, I definitely think that is a possibility. Zach Collins, I don't actually hate that, because Zach Collins is someone who I think is a pretty solid player, and we don't have to take on any salary in this equation. So I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to send out Zach Collins and 20, and also my 26th overall pick for 2 future draft picks. We'll go ahead and take that. So that's going to be a solid start to what I want to accomplish. So now we have some cap space freed up there. Now I can draft at 7 and feel pretty good about whoever we get. So Cooper Flag is going 1 to the Thunder, Damara, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, Trey Johnson, and then Carter Bryant. So now we can go to 7, and we got Damian Sarr, Florin, Nicola. We have Bailey Fall, Jahlil Howard. I mean, really can't go along with any of these options, but I think I am going to go ahead and take Florin here. Give ourselves a new big man out of Kansas, so we'll take that. So feeling pretty good about that. Get a 75 overall big man. So if nothing else, he's at least going to be a player we can move later on if we don't, obviously keep him. So on Wembanyama, Wesley Booker, I'm going to accept all these. I'm actually going to decline City Sissoko, but I'm wondering if that gives us enough money. Let's see. Do we have enough money? I don't think we're having enough money for like Tatum, for instance. Yeah, we don't have enough money for Tatum. Do we have money at all? We have money, but it's not money. It's not that much. Okay, so if I immediately want to look at some of the options we had, so obviously, small forward is kind of what I'm targeting. I think if we can get like a really good small forward, that'd be awesome. So let's go look at all small forwards and see who's available. So Jimmy Butler, Scotty Barnes, Franz Wagner, Chris Middleton, Trey Murphy. I actually like Trey Murphy a lot. I think he'd be a really good fit on this team, and his potential to me is really awesome. Franz Wagner, we are $19 million off from being able to sign him, so we don't have as much as I thought we might have. I thought we'd have a little bit more, but we definitely don't. And the free agency pool is not that great anyway. Unless we look at power forwards as well. Like Mobley is here, obviously performing. Mobley, or even Kuminga is here as well. Obviously, Kuminga with Trae Young and Wembanyama would be awesome. Jalen Johnson. Yeah, the power forward options are actually looking a lot more sweeter than the small forward options. But I think we have to get off Watford in order to do anything that we want here. So I am going to go ahead and send out Watford here. And I'm going to attach Dylan to do so. So let's attach Watford and Dylan. And let's just try to get off his salary without taking on anything in return. The Jazz don't have to give me like a first round pick. Like, especially 2 firsts. I think that's a little crazy. I'm cool with just getting off the salary. So I'm just going to take a second round pick off of them. And then we can maybe we can go sign Trey Murphy, which is kind of my goal. I think getting Trey Murphy is who I want, honestly. I think that'd be a really good addition to the team. Obviously, Kuminga wouldn't be bad either, but we might still be a little bit off from being able to sign him. And no, we're not. So we could actually offer Kuminga a contract. So I'm going to offer Kuminga a contract. I'm also going to offer Trey Murphy a contract because I'm cool with one or the other. So we're going to have to overpay him because, you know, New Orleans is going to obviously match whatever we send them. And then power forward options, I didn't mind Jalen Johnson either, but I don't think he's going to go up enough that, you know, Trae Young and Jalen Johnson could reunite. But I'm going to offer him a contract anyway. So let's see. Let's go same thing we gave Trey Murphy. So let's see which one we give. We're probably going to get all 3 to sign, I imagine. So all 3 do accept. I mean, out of all of them, we know Kuminga is going to develop the most. I assume the Warriors would match it. So let's see if they do. They have matched it. So we are honestly just probably going to settle for Trey Murphy, which isn't a terrible thing to do, obviously. Trey Murphy is still a very good player. So we're going to go get Trey Murphy to be our brand new small forward. And I'm going to feel pretty good about that. So New Orleans does not match. And we still have enough money, apparently. Or no, we're not on moratorium yet. So now we should see what our options are. So we can get Craig Porter, who's been pretty good on the Cavaliers this year. Restricted free agent. I don't ever get him. So you know what? Give me Craig Porter. If the Cavs aren't going to match it, we need a new backup point guard. And I just did not realize he went to Wichita State, which is awesome. Same thing as Fred VanVleet. So did not know that. I am actually, you know, live in Kansas. So pretty cool seeing that. But Trae Young, Craig Porter, I guess I'm a casual and don't know ball. But Vassell, Blake Wesley, Trey Murphy, Buzelis, Jeremy Sohan, Booker, and then Charles, Lauren. I'm feeling pretty solid about that. So we don't get exactly the big 3 I was looking for, but Trey Murphy, still good. Still very good. I like it still. So Trey Murphy goes up to an 81. He was only an 80. Buzelis 80, and then Wesley 78. So it's good to see Wesley keep developing. Sohan's up. So yeah, guys are still going up, and of course Wembanyama is all the way up to a 95, which is awesome. So are we going to be a playoff team this next year? I think so. I think it's definitely a possibility we're a playoff team. No, I don't think there's any reason we shouldn't be. I mean, Wembanyama eventually has to start like going off, right? And Trae Young next to him, that sounds pretty intimidating to me. And then Trey Murphy as a floor spacer, that's disgusting. I don't know, man. To me, it sounds disgusting. So Pirates going to let us 6th overall. So they're pretty high on this team, which is a great sign that maybe we are going to be good this year. So Trae Young, Vassell, they still want to start Buzelis, which is fine. Jeremy Sohan, Wembanyama, Trey Murphy, Blake Wesley, Craig Porter, and Charles. So that's what we'll run. I low-key want to start Trey Murphy, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to start Trey Murphy. I am going to start Trey Murphy, and we'll see how that goes. So hopefully this season goes exactly as expected. So shot tendencies for them are both 99, which is rightfully so. I would push up Trey Murphy's a little bit. I want him to ball out a little bit since obviously we gave him a big contract. And that is what we'll go with. So I will see you guys at the end of year 3, hoping that this is the year we make the playoffs. So year number 3, we finally make the playoffs. Wembanyama once again defensive player of the year, but we're just happy to be in the dance at the moment. We're just happy to be here. So Wembanyama makes it all NBA first team, which is great. Trae Young, not this time around, not making all the NBA team at all, but that's all good. But we are the 4th seed in the West, so we're pretty happy to be in the playoff dance, as I mentioned. But 25 and 15 from Wembanyama, 21 from Trae Young, 15 from Trey Murphy, 14 from Vassell, and then 14 from Montez Buzelis, and 12 from Jeremy Sohan. So we get the Timberwolves in round 1. They have Trey Jones, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Karl Towns, Rudy Gobert, Caleb Martin, Ousmane Deng, Robert Dillon, and Leonard Miller. So obviously pretty solid addition for them. Trey Jones, they needed a point guard. But we'll see how this goes. Hopefully we beat the Timberwolves similarly current round. And we are going to sweep them. Great start. But unfortunately get the Thunder now, who almost lost to the Portland Trail Blazers. Blazers almost beat them. But obviously the Thunder have Cooper Flag. They have Chet. They have Jalen Williams, Lou Dort, Josh Giddey, Shea. Which, by the way, guys, as I mentioned before, I don't get to watch a lot of Thunder games. Did not realize how good Jalen Williams is. Like, I know he's good, but watching him yesterday, he's really good. Yeah, so I just had to say that. But we get the Thunder in round 2. So let's simulate current round against them. And we are going to go up 2-1 on them. So that's a great start. 3-1. Okay, 129 and 111. If we can beat the Thunder in 5, we should be able to beat anybody, right? And we do. Wow. Okay. So we get the Dallas Mavericks in the conference finals, who have signed Jimmy Butler. Don't have Kyrie Irving anymore. Luka Doncic is still a handful, as we know. Well, let's go ahead and see if we can find a way to beat the Mavericks. Somebody current round. We're up 4-0, and we beat them. I mean, I guess I can't really be too surprised. Wemby is an absolute beast, and we get the Cavs in the NBA Finals. Did not expect to be in the finals already, to be honest with you, but here we are. We can beat the Cavs. We're champions. Let's see if we can do it. Game 1, 1-0. Game 2, we even it up. Game 3, 2-1. We go up 3-1. Yes, we can, and we are going to beat them in 6, maybe. I'm going to simcast. They want to give less minutes, but I mean, I feel like what we've done so far has worked out. So let's simcast game 6, and let's see if we can close them out here to give the Spurs another championship. Would be absolutely beautiful. We have the lead right now. We could keep it. We're winning the championship. Very close game down the stretch. Oh, man, this is going to be very close. 115 and 116. I think we got to watch these last few minutes, right? Or 50 seconds. 115 and 119. Actually, you know what? Let me secure this championship. I might choke this. I don't know. Nah, I'm not going to play it. let me not play it. I don't know. I just don't trust myself right now. Let's just let the CPU cook. So, Cavaliers going to have the ball. 51 seconds left. We have a 4-point lead. What could possibly go wrong? Cavs are going to call a timeout, so that's kind of not something I wanted to see, but whatever. All right, so if we could close them out here, we're champions, man. So let's see if we could do it. Cleveland's going to inbound the ball again. They just came off a timeout. They're going to give it to, I assume, Donovan Mitchell here in a second, and they're going to give it to Quentin Grimes, and they call another timeout. All right. Not sure what's going on so far, but if you want to waste all your timeouts, I guess then go ahead and do so. All right, let's try this again, shall we? Well, the Cavs inbound the ball this time and not call a timeout. They give it to Mitchell in the backcourt. Trae Young guarding him. Don't absolutely love that, but we'll see how this goes. Mitchell is going to try to cook here. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. And Trae Young's not playing bad defense, but Mitchell, of course, is just way bigger and dunks on him. So we need a shot. We need to put in a shot on the other side of things. So let's see if we can do just that. We got Trae Young taking up the ball. Hopefully we can get just a pick and roll with Wembanyama and Trae Young here. I think that would be the easiest way to put it in a basket. They're going to give it to Vassell for 3, and Vassell is going to knock it down. What a shot. 117-122. What a beautiful shot. That could be the dagger to give us a championship. Vassell, you absolute stud, man. What a shot. All right, Cavaliers going to inbound the ball again. No more timeouts, thankfully, so they cannot call another timeout. Mitchell is about to get the ball, which he should have gotten it, but now they give it to him. Okay. Trae Young's guarding him. Donovan Mitchell going to pass it to Jarrett Allen, back to Quentin Grimes, and Grimes is going to miss it. Mitchell's going to tip it in, though. That was a big tip in for them. They're going to have to play the foul game, of course. So Vassell is headed to the free throw line. Let's see if we can hit these free throws to make this a, 5-point game? So first one is in, and now we got to do is make the second one. It is a 5-point game. Cavs have no more timeouts. All right, so just like that, we're literally 15 seconds away from winning a championship as long as we can get another stop here. Donovan Mitchell going to give it to Quentin Grimes. Grimes is going to shoot a contested 2. It does go in, though. We're going to call a timeout. So, we're not out of the dance just yet, but we're getting closer. We're getting closer. So, 121, 124. Wembanyama's going to inbound the ball. Going to give it to Trae Young. They're going to foul Trae Young. Trae, I think all we got to do is make at least one of these, and we should be golden. So, please make one. Hey, make 2. That's even a bonus. So, makes the first one. That gives us a 2-possession lead, and makes the second one. He does. All right. 5-point lead. Cavs have to score really quickly here. 6 seconds left. Donovan Mitchell going to give it to Resacher for 3. He misses it. Wembanyama rebound, and that is your video, ladies and gentlemen. Did not expect to win a championship that quickly. I'm going to be completely honest with you, but I guess I shouldn't have doubted the ability of Wembanyama. Vassell just doesn't care. As you guys can see, Vassell is just sitting there. I don't know why. He's just sitting there with the ball. But, hey, we won a championship with the Spurs with Trae Young and Wembanyama. Ton of fun. Yeah, great video. Had a lot of fun with this one. Very quick. Did not expect it to be that quickly. Trey Murphy, Montez Buzelis were like our big additions after the Trae Young trade, of course. I'm curious to see if there is a Hawk, or not a Hawk, a Cav celebrating with us. So far, there isn't. So that's great. Maybe they fixed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, though. Thank you guys for watching. As always, we got a championship with the Spurs, Wembanyama, Vassell, and Trae Young, ton of fun. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.